Hello, my name is LWest, and this is my final review presentation. These are the key words I chose to represent my project. They established themes and characteristics that I considered while making my design decisions. This project began with creating contour drawings of hands. I experimented with how to represent the important features of the hand in different ways and how specific gestures could be represented by a single line. I chose this first drawing to translate it into wire because the expansive gesture worked well as a wire sculpture and created non-traditional relationships within the hand. It was simple, yet descriptive. When making the wire hand, I left the palm open to contrast the density of the fingers, but added curve to accentuate the gesture. It feels like it is stretching upward, and I wanted to reflect this in the bounding box later. These drawings allowed me to study how light proximity and intensity affected the shadows created by the hand. When applying regulating lines to the wire hand, I wanted to highlight various relationships within the hand and establish relationships between the hand and its shadows. The orange lines create an outer bounding box around the hand. The teal lines are used to further organize the hand into the bounding box, and the red lines are used to highlight an area of detail within the hand. As an introduction to working with the basswood, I designed 4 corner prototypes before creating the bounding box. When I designed the bounding box, I wanted to mirror and accentuate the curves and the densities within the hand. I created 2 moving frames on the sides of the bounding box to allow the apertures in the cladding to show movement and change the frame of view. This is a GIF that shows the assembly of the bounding box and demonstrates how the 2 side frames can be moved. When designing the cladding for the bounding box, I considered the regulating lines exercise and how I could create contrast between the wire hand and its shadows. I also wanted to highlight areas of details within the hand. I did this by creating the small openings in the cladding that can be moved. This forces the viewers to experience these details in a very specific way. These section views provide a more in-depth view of the inside of the bounding box. I wanted to showcase the views that could only be seen from the section views and could not be seen from the outside. When deciding how to curate the bounding box, I wanted to control the way in which it was viewed. I accomplished this by creating a sloping path around the bounding box. This controls the angle at which each side is viewed and how the viewer can interact with the box. I offset the door to persuade the viewer to go right when entering the room and follow the suggested path. Here are some summary views of the finished clad bounding box. And here are some more interesting, detailed views of the box.